Oh, happy new year 2026, bro. I'm gonna make a couple predictions, all right? A couple predictions, all right? We're gonna hit a mil subs. I think Real Madrid are gonna win the UCL, and I'm gonna grow another 7 inches. I think those are my predictions. Tell me what, let me know what y'all think. I think those are pretty good predictions for the year. But no, I mean, today we're just gonna be talking about a little story time, little childhood story of mine. Um, and so just kind of kick your feet back, get all the popcorn and all that shit. Anyways, so this was, man, I couldn't remember. I was probably I don't know. I was a young little lad though. I was a young little lad, and this was around the time that I first got my 360. So I was a young lad, and I had my 360, and my dad was very he was kind of like iffy about whatever, like games with like guns and shit like that. But I think at some point he kind of got over it. So I think at this point I had two games. I had Gears of War 2 and I had Halo 3. And this was around the time that Gears of War 3 was coming out. And I was super excited for this game, bro, because I hadn't even played the first one yet. I think at this point, I think I played just the second. But like me and my sister played the second, like the campaign and all that shit. And I love the little like multiplayer with like the bots and shit. So like Gears of War 3, bro, this was gonna be like, this was game of the year for me, bro. Like I was ready for this shit. And well, anyways, so the game came out, and I remember I think it was my birthday was coming up, or Christmas, one of those times to get gifts, right? And I remember my dad was like, hey, we're going to go to Target, and you tell me one gift that you want, and you'll get it by the end of the day. And I'm like, oh shit, bet, right? Now, looking back on it, I should have, I mean, I'm a kid, right? I'm not that old. I'm not like a kid, but I'm definitely like old enough to where I can like, choose like a video game. I could get Gears of War 3, right? Looking back on it, I should have 1000% thought like, how the fuck are you gonna get this? Because my dad at this point was broke as fuck. For those of you who saw the fucking Chinese meal dish, we didn't exactly have the most amount of fucking money, right? I mean, we're eating white rice and calling it Chinese food, so you know this wasn't it's not like a common occurrence to just like go to the store and like, hey, get whatever the fuck you want. So I'm like, all right, cool. So I get excited, right? So we go to Target, and I'm like, hey, like I want this Gears of War 3. That's the one I want. And he goes, all right, by the end of the tonight, you're gonna have Gears of War 3. I'm like, all right, cool. So we walk out of Target, we go home, and I don't know if I got it that day, but I was very disappointed. I was like, oh man, like I didn't get it, or this, that, and this, right? So right before I go to bed for the night, he's like, hey, Craig, come here. I'm like, all right. And he's like, hey, I got something for you, right? And I'm like, all right. And he gives me a disc, right? With like not like a disc with like a case, or it was like one of those little paper like fold things that you like put the DVDs in and shit. And he gave it to me, and I think he said happy birthday or Merry Christmas, whatever the fuck it was, right? And I was like, oh, thanks. So I take out the little disc, and it's fucking Gears of War 3. And again, mind you, this did not have a case on it. This was just a disc. Just the disc and a little paper flappy, little item to keep it in, right? So I did not even think about it twice, bro. I just started playing that bitch, and I had a great time. It was a great game, and I still love that game. But like looking back on it, I was like, how did this motherfucker get this game? I know he did not buy it, bro. I know, hey, knowing him, bro, I know he did not buy that shit. So how the fuck? No, but then it gets crazier, bro. It gets crazier because then I really think about it. Like I really think about it, bro. This was almost a brand new game at this point. It's locked behind the cases at a Target. Then you got to get an employee, to take it out, and then you ring it up at the little electronics center. So somehow, some way, this dude unwrapped it. He took it out of the case, and then fucking took the disc out and put it in his back pocket, I guess. Hey, you know what? Santa delivered. If it was Christmas, then Santa delivered. But yeah, to this day, bro, it boggles my mind on how the fuck I was able to receive this game. But hey, I mean, I received it, and I played it that whole night. I think I didn't go to school the next day or something like that. So it had to have been my birthday, actually, because yeah, I actually remember I didn't go to school the next day just to play this game. And I fucking love this game, bro. I still play that bitch to this day. But yeah, bro, and I'm like, damn, how the fuck did he get that shit? Like, I'm like, he must have hit a lick on target, bro. But yeah, my dad get all kind of crazy shit like that back in the day. But well, anyways, yeah, I just wanted to start the new year off with a couple predictions, and throw out a little story for y'all. But yeah, happy New Year and Thanksgiving and Christmas, and happy holidays, Hanukkah, Kwanzaa, whatever you celebrate, I fuck with it. All right, so yeah.